Okay, so as I said, we're going to be doing kiarahi and then also training to get fitter. This standard 2.3 is the process of how we get fitter for kiarahi. And what today is about is having a look at what the descriptors are. So those descriptors that you see there are what we get to make sure that we are making sure that you get the right information into your answers. Okay? Over here, we've got the name of the title, and I'll put biophysical principles in red for a reason. Because one of the main things we need to understand from today is what is a biophysical principle. Okay, and we'll talk about that in a second. The title is Demonstrate Comprehensive Understanding of the Application of Biophysical Principles to Training for a Physical Activity. So, physical activity for us is kiarahi in this instance. Comprehensive understanding is evaluating the use of those biophysical principles once we've done them. And biophysical principles we're going to go to now to explain what it is. Over the left-hand column here on this table, PA stands for physical activity. For us, it's kiarahi. That's our context. The process that we're going to follow, and we've started already, is we've looked at the components of fitness. So we've looked at the energy systems, the three main energy systems. We've looked at it pretty simply, but you've named three energy systems for me. What were they? Give me one. Mahi? Anaerobic. Aerobic. One more. Starts with A. ATP, CP. Awesome. Those are three energy systems that are potentially used within kiarahi. Okay? And then we've started to, or we're going to talk about components of fitness. Alright? Components of fitness are things like agility, speed, aerobic endurance, those types of things. Now, if we understand what ones are predominantly used in the kiarahi game, we can then be accurate when we come to create a training program. So you're going to be creating a training program which goes for 3 weeks, and you'll be using methods of training. Can someone tell me what one example of a method of training might be?
Fartlek.
Fartlek, good. Can you explain what fartlek is, please? Or have a go at it.
Is it like speed up, speed down? Kind of?
Yeah. Are you moving constantly?
Yeah.
Yes, so you're moving constantly. You might sprint for a section and then jog for a section and sprint for a section, and you do that repeatedly. That's called fartlek. Give me one other type of training. Nahi?
Circuit.
Circuit training, good. Excellent. Can you explain what a circuit might be?
Circuit would be like
Have a go. What does it look like? Describe what it looks like when you walk into a gym and you see a circuit training going on.
Different activity.
Yep. And what happens? You go around. Okay, cool. So that's a method of training. So you're going to create a training program for 3 weeks using the right, or what you think are the right methods of training to try and improve these things to be better at kiarahi. Okay? You'll do that training program, complete it, and you'll do a journal after each session. Okay, so you'll come up with something like 12 journal entries. They're not very hard to do, pretty much just reflecting on what you've done. Then, at the end of it, we evaluate. Okay? So it says here, demonstrate comprehensive understanding. If you're going to demonstrate comprehensive understanding of the application of these biophysical principles, you have to evaluate. It can be either written, or it can be verbal, or it can be any other way you want to present your evidence, PowerPoints, whatever it may be. But it doesn't just have to be written. And when you are describing that, right, or evaluating it, you can use physiological changes or physiology or sports psychology. So give me one example of what happens to our body when we train over a longer period of time. It changes, it adapts. Give me one adaptation.
breathing.
Yeah.
Breathing.
Explain a little bit further, you're not wrong.
So perhaps when you first started, you might be getting cut short and getting harder to breathe as it goes on.
Yes.
Because,
It's easier
yeah.
or more efficient. Yeah, good. That's a great example. So you get changes to your lungs, and what happens is that improves the ability for you to take on board oxygen. And if you get more oxygen on board more efficiently, you're able to sprint more often, recover quicker, those types of things. That there is a physiological change. So you start to talk about those things that happened as part of the reason, so as part of the outcome of using, say, for example, fartlek training. Okay? So, the reason I have underlined these red lines and using these red lines is one of the main things is what is a biophysical principle? Well, our components of fitness is a biophysical principle. Our energy system is a biophysical principle. Methods of training are our biophysical principles. Physiological changes and sports psychology are all biophysical principles in this context. So when it says demonstrate comprehensive understanding of the application of biophysical principles, what it's saying is demonstrate comprehensive understanding of how you apply these things. Okay?
Hi,
Thank
I
you.
need you
Stop.
and Mr.